Twitch chat, YouTube. If you're seeing me here, you know the Pro Tour, aka Neon Dynasty Set Championship, did not go well. It turns out I was a complete fish for registering runes. Every competent player had a deck that beat runes, and runes was just a terrible choice. The deck itself in a vacuum is extremely powerful, and that's what drew me to play the deck. I was like, oh, I don't have to test too much. This runes deck is like super good, super powerful. It's doing something that feels very not standard. But there's just so many answers. There were just so many answers. Like the white weenie decks, it was like an 80-20 matchup. It was so bad. So I went 0-3 in Alchemy, and then in Historic, my Karn Paradox Engine combo deck was really good. It had 4 very competitive matches. I only ended up going 2-2 in those matches, but all 4 matches were very winnable. So yeah, I ended my latest Pro Tour experiment at 2-5, which does not make day 2. I had fun, actually. Not in Alchemy. Alchemy, I was miserable and wanted to punch my screen because the auto tapper took my green mana one time when I had no red spells. I had only green spells. So I don't really understand. I didn't even think it would do that, but it's fine. It's fine. I was really, really happy with my Historic deck. I thought it was fun, enjoyable, powerful, and I honestly to God think that I made the best Paradox Engine deck that I've seen on the internet to this date. I don't think any other Paradox Engine decks looked exactly like mine on the internet, and I think the one that I made is legitimately good. Is it the best deck in the format? No, probably not. I think Phoenix is probably your best deck in the format, but I think that deck actually is a very playable ladder deck, very, very strong. And yeah, and so that's another Pro Tour down, another failure to make day 2. I didn't expect to make day 2, so I'm not super upset about it. If I had to do another Pro Tour again, which maybe we will, maybe we'll qualify through Vintage again at some point, I think I'd like to try to do a team testing environment next time. Dedicate a little bit more time and really flex like my brewing skills, and because I don't play Magic at the highest level in terms of technical skill, so I need to do something else. Like I honestly think that Historic deck was really a really cool call, and a deck that really vibed with me, and thus made it a much more enjoyable experience playing that deck in opposed to playing runes. Anyways, we're back to playing Vintage. So we're gonna play Vintage today. While I was not playing Vintage, I saw a very nice, very cool list posted by our friend Zeus on Twitter. Zeus is always experimenting with new and innovative Vintage strategies, and he gave Patchwork Automaton a bit more of a chance than I did. I played, if you remember a couple of weeks back, I played KCI to a top 8 of a Vintage challenge with some Patchwork Automatons, and they were so bad. But Zeus was thinking, well, maybe they're not so bad. Maybe what you need to do is build around them a little bit more. And so what Zeus did was added Foundry Inspectors and Sensei's Divining Tops and Arcbound Ravagers to the KCI shell. So this is making your KCI deck a little bit less combo-oriented. No blue spells. Well, he actually had blue spells, but we'll get there. More aggro-oriented. The synergies between Inspector and 2 tops is very good. You can just loop your 2 tops forever to make an infinite automaton. You can, activate your top and eat it with a Ravager or an Ironworks to cantrip. So this is an interesting idea to me. I really like the idea behind a more aggro version of KCI. You can still do like your cool KCI things, but you also have like a very nice plan A/plan B of attacking. So I took their list from Twitter. The things that I changed were I took islands out and put Urza Sagas in. I think Urza Saga really lends towards this attacking plan, and it also allows you to play Time Vault Key. Manifold Key giving Patchwork Automaton, who is like an infinitely large Patchwork Automaton, unblockable, I think is really important. Yeah. So the idea is that the tops are the kind of the glue that pulls this together. Like I said, 2 tops, and if a Spectre goes infinite with Automaton, you can always cantrip your tops with Ravager and KCI. So basically, we're playing Aggro Shops with a combo slant and no prison slant. Which is cool. It's a cool idea. I have no idea how good this deck is. It could be terrible. It could be great. We're just gonna have to load it up and see. I also added a basic so that if we get Besiege'd, we can get a basic, or get Ghost Quarter, we can get a basic. Also helps us cast those dismembers in the board. And that's kind of it. I'm a little worried about the mana in this deck. I think the mana is a little low, but it's a little hard to say because there aren't very many workshop decks that don't run spheres, so I don't have a lot of experience. Maybe this is perfectly fine. I know that from the KCI deck, we cut 4 opals and 4 stars, and I added one additional land, so that's something I'm a little worried about. But this is cool. This is a cool idea. I like when decks have a combo slant, but I also really like when they have alternative game plans. So this deck very much vibes in my wheelhouse. We're gonna try it today and see how it goes. All right, here we go. Round 1 of this vintage challenge with Aggro KCI, and and I can't escape Discover N. Whether it's round 1 or the top 8, there's always a Discover N waiting for me. So I can't imagine this is a good matchup. We do have some archive traps in the board for Doomsday, but maybe if we can play an infinite patchwork on turn 1 and attack for turn 2, maybe that'll be good enough. What does this do for us here? So we can play a Foundry Inspector on turn 1 with a key, and then we could play a KCI and maybe do something. Is this going to be good enough? If we play an Inspector on turn 1 and a key and then a KCI and eat the key, play a Scrap Trawler, eat the Scrap Trawler, play a Ravager, get a key. If we draw like something, it might be fast. I think I'm gonna mulligan it. I think it's just not strong enough. That one I can vibe with. Though the classic Force of Will check on Discover N is not something that I recommend. But we can try. I imagine if they do not find a Force of Will, we will be in pretty good shape. Discover N has mull to 5. This is a good sign. Even if they have a Force of Will now mulling to 5, I have a follow-up Forge. Oh no! Oh yeah. I'm down. This is a much better hand. I think mulliganing really helped us here. Mulliganing is very, very important in Vintage, and you need to understand like what your deck's win conditions are and how do they interact with your opponent's win conditions. And I just saw my hand, like my 7 wasn't unreasonable. I could see people keeping the 7. I just know that if my opponent's gonna play Doomsday against me, it's just not gonna work out. I have to do something more. Oh yeah, I'm not 100% convinced I will play Forge on turn 2. Like, for instance, if I get like another 2 or 3 drop, I might play Patchwork plus 2 drop. But we'll see. All right, 5 card Discover in hand. Have a Force? Yep. Force Pitching Oracle. Okay. So they have 3 cards. They're starting the game with 3 cards on the draw as Doomsday. Dark Ritual, Doomsday, right? Oh, come on! Discover N! Don't, come on, Discover N! You're unbelievable! I can't play against this fucking guy! He's too good! Fucking restrict Doomsday, dude! This is ridiculous! This is not... Come on! I hate this game so much. All right, it's too late. Get me the vintage... I was against it, but you know what? Now, get me the vintage format panel. Put me on the fucking panel and let me restrict Doomsday. I'm so done with this bullshit. Holy crap. I don't care what the data says. I don't care what the community says. Get this stupid card out of the format. I don't even have a sphere. Like, if they passed the turn, it'd be okay if I had, like, a sphere. I don't even have a sphere. No shot. No, no shot. Oh, they're gonna have an ancestral and they kill me on turn 2. It's incredible. They also have discard if I had a backup sphere. It's unbelievable. I need to draw strip mine. I need to draw. I don't have a wastelands in my deck. I need to draw exactly my 1 strip mine. That's the only draw. Yep. I have a one outer. 1 in 54. I don't have sphere in my deck. Lodestone would be good too. Lodestone would also be good. Ah, 1 Oracle. Yeah, they have Lotus Ancestral. Karn? I can't play Karn. It was Strip Mine and Lodestone. Strip Mine and Lodestone. Can't spin a top either. Yeah, London Mulligan is broken, and Discover N is broken, and Doomsday is broken. This is the dumbest shit ever. I'm gonna go back and play Historic, man. Fuck this shit. I can't believe that just happened to me. All right, anyways. I'm over it. I'm gonna take out this swamp and an Ichor Wellspring. Should I bring in defense grids? I don't really think so. Well, I didn't want to show them Foundry Inspector. Or you just mean not playing in general? What do you think? Do you think like defense grid's actually good against Doomsday here? I kind of don't think it is. I think I would rather not weaken my game plan. I think I would rather just bring in some top traps and call it a day. I don't really like the idea of defense grid. Maybe we do need to have like spheres in the board. I mean, this hand is probably good, so. So I think I lead Saga, Go, Slam, Trinisphere. And then make a token, get a thing, get another. Yeah, this looks good. Oh, no. I mean, I've been saying that for it's actually years now. London Mulligan is fundamentally broken in Vintage. But you're correct. We don't have very many hands that beat turn 1 Doomsday with force backup. And I know that's the average Doomsday draw, so it's tough, but I'm wondering how much of that round 1 will be like cut off by my high level sound condenser thing. What is that called? It's just gonna be me screaming but no audio. Ay ay ay. Yes. All right, cool. My opponent didn't cast turn 1 Doomsday. I feel blessed, honestly. I feel like I've lucked out. I feel like I've gotten lucky for once. I'm alive to play a turn 2. Man. Yeah, these are like the best possible hands I can have. Oh, come on! What? How does this player ever lose? Oh wait, they never lose. They did not shuffle off of Ponder, no. It's okay. If they don't have Force of Will, if they don't have exactly Force of Will, they do die to Archive Trap. And if they do have Force of Will, then we slam 3-ball. So there's a chance. There's a chance. It's not over. It's not over. You think they have to have double force? Actually, might. Maybe they do. Or they could have like Street Wraith plus force now plus like Street Wraith plus Sapphire plus force. That would also work. Force, yeah, force my Archive Trap, daze my 3-ball. Jeez. Actually, Discoveren's been cutting days recently. I don't think Discoveren plays days anymore. Yeah, the Lotus goes back in the deck, so. Has Discoveren ever lost to an Archive Trap? What do you think? Yes or no? Maybe? I'm gonna Archive Trap the shit out of you. Archive Trap? Force, of course. Is there a mental misstep? So there's no mental misstep in their exile. Does that mean they have a mental misstep in their hand, or does that mean they voided out a mental misstep? Because I can technically beat Daze by playing Soul Ring. I'm gonna just try to beat Daze, I think. We didn't bring in Needle, right? So I can't Needle this Misty. Oh, they most certainly have a land to get. So if they fetch, they're going to win the game, right? If they built their pile correctly and they get lucky. Discover End just going to clean play around 3-ball. I think Discover End's just clean going to play around 3-ball and win. Kind of rough for me. Thanks, I appreciate that. I don't have any other counterplay here, right? Trap doesn't do anything else. Trap doesn't do anything else, chat. You can't cast Trap. Oh, I guess I can't cast Trap. There's a Trinisphere in play. Well, I guess I could spin and find Trap because they fetched. I do have exactly enough mana to do that. We've already drawn for turn. I don't think we're getting another turn. Yeah, I think I don't need... Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. I have Strip and I have Trap. I missed. All right, I mean, if my opponent made a pile that beats Trinisphere. Incredible, dude. In fucking incredible. Oh, damn, they're too good. So the Thassa's Oracle was either in their hand or after they shuffled, they top decked it. Right? Like they shuffled, right? Unless they put it on top, drew one card and shuffled just because they made a pile that beat Trinisphere and Archive Trap. I mean, it doesn't seem unreasonable because I led this game with Saga Go. It doesn't feel unreasonable for them to build a pile where they think I might have a 3-ball. Man, playing against Discover End is so fucking tilting. Holy shit. They had Lotus Doomsday in both games with Force. All right. I mean, that's one way to start a tournament. Here we go. Round 2, Vintage Challenge. Not only did we have to play against Discover End in round 1, but now we have to play against Andy Montolio in round 2. Can't win them all. Let's see what we got. I mean, that is an underpowered hand. But I mean, I'm down. Maybe it's a Shop's Mirror. It's a very underpowered hand. But on the second turn, we get to go Automaton and Wellspring. Yeah, all right, I'm going to try this. I don't know if this is not actually keepable. It might not actually be keepable. But we're on the play. We have a turn 1 Inspector. Like, that's not terrible. All right, Montolio's on the mull to 5. I don't know if I don't know what Montolio's been playing recently, actually. I'm not actually sure. Any consideration for Automaton Jet? I think I would rather just play Inspector. I think it frees up more draws on turn 2. I think having this in play frees up way more draws on turn 2. Like, if I draw something like, I don't know, Mystic Forge or Lodestone, or I just think that I would rather have Inspector in play now rather than get, like, extra patchwork stuff. So this is going to be Bant Archon. Holy shit. All right, my Inspector got Source to Plowshared. Fair. See, look, I mean, I guess they wouldn't have been able to Plowshare my Automaton, but fair enough, I guess. Yeah, I didn't play around the turn 1 Source of Plowshares, that's for sure. Okay. Kind of need a sack outlet. Hello, sack outlet. So I can go Ravager into Lodestone, into Saga. Okay. I want to draw a Ravager first because then I can eat the Wellspring and draw the Lodestone, and then use the top to draw the Saga. Yeah, this looks good. I wonder if Montolio's on, like, yeah, it looks like Bant Archon, I would think. Okay. So Ravager. Eat the Wellspring. Play. Draw Saga, play Lodestone then. Do I want to play around Daze? It's definitely a Daze deck. Do I want to eat my top? I don't think so. I think I'd rather just play my top again next turn. I mean, this is a pretty aggressive board. I think I want to keep my top. It's an extra trigger, and it lets me look for the next best card. I'm definitely... I mean, I'm in a spot where Vigor doesn't actually beat me, right? Okay. I mean, this feels like a defense grid matchup. Vigor, Force, Days, swords. This feels like a defense grid matchup. I mean, we probably also need Dismember to kill Oof and Archon and things. I don't know how we board out cards to do that, but like we probably board out Karn and like some amount of KCI. Like some amount of like all the combo pieces, I would think. That kind of makes a lot of sense to me. Like they should be a 4 Oof deck. You could take Vault Key out, sure. I mean, I think it's pretty similar to taking some of the combo pieces out. I think I would rather just have the option of like, oops, I win with Vault Key. And I think Manifold Key is like really good against the amount of creatures my opponent's playing. So I would rather not. I would rather just like trim on these other cards. Yeah, I like the idea of trimming here. And like, obviously Karn's just not very good. I mean, this is the first game we played where we did a patchwork thing, but it looks pretty good. Ah, those are spells, yes. Nope. Yep. And KCI bottom. This is kind of awkward because technically the best sequence for us is like Jet Emerald Defense Grid to save our Saga from a Vigor, but it plays really poorly with Automaton. Like I could go Saga. Like if I go Jet Emerald Defense Grid, do they kill both my Jet and Emerald and I play a Saga with nothing? And like, is that actually like good? Kind of seems bad. I think I'm still supposed to. Okay. Beseiju, yeah. Beseiju, oof. Well, here's a classic scenario where Slasher's wrong that Saga beats oof. Unless, of course, I draw my Tolarian Academy. I guess if I draw an Ancient Tomb, it's also pretty good against oof. So I need to draw lands, though, for sure. That is decidedly not a land. Okay. Well, that is definitely the downside. Yeah. I mean, if I draw a workshop, I still get to play Magic. Like, I can go Automaton, Defense Grid, or something. Oh, now they have 3 mana. Yeah, I'm off it. Let's go game 3. I am very far off it. No, thank you. I don't know. Defense Grid hits some of their hate, but their deck is like 100% hate cards, so it's a little tough to say if it's actually good. I don't know. I mean, it didn't look terrible there. I was just on the draw, and I didn't have any follow-up. Not that any follow-up would have remotely mattered against Oof into Flux. That does seem very annoying. All right, try again. good. Like, if I get wastelanded, I guess I would have top spin. Unless I got vigored. I don't think this is redundant enough. I think I want to try for something better. Yeah, that's what I get. That's what I get. All right, try for something better. Okay, I mean, this is the best hand, so... Can I afford to keep defense grid with this hand? So if I bottom Ironworks and Ravager, and I go... Or if I bottom Ironworks and Automaton, and I go turn 1 defense grid, turn 2 Ravager Wellspring, that seems pretty reasonable. Could also bottom the Ravager. No, I think turning my Wellspring into 2 cards is probably optimal. I guess I have to not get wastelanded here, but I don't know. This matchup seems atrocious. My opponent's deck is the mono artifact hate cards. Not the best time to be playing a workshop deck when everybody has main deck energy fluxes. Yeah, they had the wasteland. Fair enough. Another one? No. All right. I mean, I mulled to 5. I can't have that many cards. I mean, I would even take a workshop. Yeah. All right. I will take that. I think I'm gonna Wellspring and try to draw a land. Saga is such an unplayable Magic card. All right, maybe we can do like Saga gets me a Lotus and I play Ironworks or something. I mean, I'm gonna get fucking Flux. Like, who am I kidding? Or like Oofed or anything. There's just no shot. My Saga is gonna be a vanishing land that does nothing for me. I think there's just no chance. Uh-oh. Ooh, hit the Moxen? Brilliant. Fantastic. I don't know. This is so miserable. What am I doing? Yep. 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 Yeah, at least I get to draw with my Wellspring. All right, maybe there's a way I could Ironworks combo in this turn. So first let's sack the Wellspring. Oh, it put it in the right order. So this is fucked up. Magic Online still does this, where if it's the same type of trigger, it doesn't let you order it because it wants people to be able to do it faster. The problem is, I need to stack my Wellspring trigger on top so I can see what I'm drawing. I'm just lucky this time because the Wellspring is the last timestamp that it's the fucking top of my stack. It's crazy. Can't even file for comp. Oh, I would have actually beat an oof. That's so tilting. Shit. Shit. Yeah, I mean, if I let this defense grid drop, I probably get vigored or forced. But if I let the pearl drop, I have to draw. I don't even know. There's like nothing to draw, right? I'm just dead. Like, I have to set up a combo turn here somehow. But I just don't really see how. Maybe I keep... I guess I keep defense grid. And then maybe end up sacking defense. I don't know. I mean, even if I hit Forge, I can't even play it, right? So what's the point? Maybe I'm just supposed to let both drop. Oh, I can't now because I'm already paying. Yeah, I don't know. It's fucked. I think I have 0 outs. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm off it. This seems like a miserable experience. It's funny that I could have actually beat Oof, but oh well. Yeah, I mean, this has been unfun. This has not been good. Here we go. Round 3 of this vintage challenge in the O2 bracket. We found ourselves versus Medivh, and who is probably playing Aggro Shops, but not this variety. I think this hand is too weak, but it has infinite top if we were to like draw a patchwork. I think in general, well, I mean, I feel like this hand is pretty bad, especially if my opponent leads with a sphere. So I'm going to try to mulligan for a more mana efficient hand. You know, I of course mulligan to a hand with no mana. So I guess we can go to 5. I have done a lot of mulliganing today. I guess we can go to 4. Maybe yeah, that has a lot of mana. Yay. Man, I not having a good time. Today's not my day to play Magic. Today's not my weekend to play Magic, apparently. Oh, they had Wasteland, Soul Ring, Sphere. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. I put away a lot of my mana sources. Ah, shit. Yep. I've done a lot of mulliganing today. It might be the deck is like constructed oddly. Maybe there's not enough mana in the deck or something. Not 100% sure. Yep. 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 I'm gonna have to draw probably. Yeah, that one is probably one of the things I needed to draw. Wizards gave you a stocked account, so it was like pretty late in the testing process, but yeah, they gave you a stocked account and you could test with whatever you wanted. So yeah, I mean, my Magic Arena account could never ever play Historic. Historic is like impossible to bankroll. It's crazy. Okay, that's pretty good. The good news is I'm not affected by the Lodestone Golem, and I'm somewhat affected by Thorn, but not always affected by Thorn. All right, Ravager Mirror. Okay. Don't care too much. All right. I'm not going to be able to race this because of the Saga. I mean, for a mold of 4, We're holding up okay. Everything's fine. This card, you can't Walking Ballista. Eat. Sack. 5. I think I'm down to just block this. Seems fine. For a quick second, we'll have the biggest creature on the board until my opponent decides to activate their Saga. Scrap Trawler. Okay, so if I go Ancient Tomb, Scrap Trawler, spin my top. I have 3 mana to play a spell. So I could spin my top and play it. I could draw with my top and play a top just to pump my Patchwork, right? Because my top costs 3. Probably worthwhile. And then I guess Time Vault is the next best card. All right, this doesn't feel like a winning strategy here. With my opponent having an active Saga. Especially if they get a Needle and Needle my top. But, you know, I was on a Moldifor. It's kind of hard to win a mirror when you're on a Moldifor. That top spin needed to be a lot better. That top spin had to be something else. I'm not exactly sure what that top spin needed to be. Yeah, yeah, it hasn't been a good time, Slasher. Not only did we have to play Discover and Montolia Medivh, we also are playing this pile. Hasn't been nuts so far. I've definitely preferred my combo-oriented version of KCI over this aggro-oriented version, but also I've drawn very badly. I've mulled to 4 and 5 in a lot of games. I had to play against 3 powerful wizards who had very good draws. Well, Montolia didn't have very good draws. Montolia had just average draws, but Discoveran had absurd draws. So what happened? What did they do with their Saga? They got a Mana Vault, made a ton of... Oh, they have a Ballista. This has got to be a Ballista, right? Yeah, exactly. It's only an 8/8 Walking Ballista. Ward's pretty good against Ballista. The problem is I'm at 12 life, so I'm actually just on board dead to this Walking Ballista. All right, fair enough, fair enough. I'm a little jealous. My opponent got to do some cool things. All right, it was a Moldifor. It happens. On the play, I think we definitely want needles so we can needle all the cards that are in our deck. Wait, do we actually want needles? You probably want at least a needle so that we can needle Saga from our Saga on the play. And you probably want Dismembers. And then I'm going to just trim on the combo a little bit. Yeah. The problem with Needle is, like, I am also playing Ravager and Ballista and Saga. But I can name, like, Wasteland, maybe. I'm just going to trim one of each combo piece and bring in a Needle and 2 Dismembers. I think that's a reasonable line here. If I play a Karn, it's pretty good in this matchup. Maybe we can go 06 today. That'd be fun. So, Slasher, riddle me this. Where does this deck go in the workshop category? Is this Aggro Shops or is this Combo Shops? Quick, Slasher, just say the workshop category. Come on, we lit it right there. It's right there. Quick, follow up. I just do not have hands that contain mana. I think that cutting the opals and not adding more mana might be an issue. I don't know. Then I get hands like this, and I'm like, wow, I have perfect mana. What is the worst card here? So I can go Inspector, Sapphire, Patchwork. I don't want to cut any cards here. I guess if I just put the Ancient Tomb away, if I get Wastelanded, it's totally fine, because I would still be able to play Ravager on the next turn. That is some copium, though. That is some sweet, sweet copium. All right. Your move, Aggro Mirror. Had to mulligan again, but I have some play. Like, if I get Wastelanded, I'm super far ahead, so I think it's okay. I got Wastelanded. Ho, ho, ho! Hello. Hello there. I think I'm just going to play this Trawler, and then next turn we can play a Ravager. This is an aggro start. I do think this deck... well, no. So this deck, Automaton, is a bit better because you don't have spheres, right? Like, it still grows pretty fast. And then you have the infinite combo with top. I think this deck uses Automaton much better than any other list that I've tried. I do agree that Automaton has underperformed. Like, its sequencing is very awkward in most lists, but actually in this list, I haven't had too big of an issue with it. Oh, wow. So can we win the game on this turn? I feel like we can. This has got to be winning, right? I don't know. So I play 2 Ravagers. I eat 2 Moxen. I sack 1 Ravager to the other Ravager. And I bring back a Moxen. And I sack it to sack the Moxen again. This has got to be lethal. This has got to be lethal, right? So I think it's got to be pretty close to lethal, if not lethal. I think this deck is more of an aggro deck, actually. It might be supposed to go in other, but that was sweet. All right, I'm gonna take out Trinisphere on the draw, and I'm gonna bring the other needle in. It's a cool deck. Don't get me wrong, and I could definitely see this deck winning, but in the current state of Vintage, I don't think this is what I would want to register. Okay. Fuck. All right. Saga gaming time. Man, they have 6 mana. They could play 2 spells, or they could play 1 big... That does feel problematic. Okay, play Saga Gaming. I don't feel favored here. My opponent has a little bit stronger of a start than I do. So what do I do here? Get a Soul Ring? Probably. And an Academy? I don't think Wormcoil is like unbeatable. Maybe I'll draw Time Vault and we can Vault Key them. We could draw Vault Key. But I feel like we could be like make a combo turn if there wasn't a Trinisphere. But Trinisphere plus 2 Wormcoils does feel bad. Wonder if I should just get a key and just pray. Hope on my next draw. I could also get a Needle and name Saga right now, because my opponent didn't activate in response. Bit of a misplay. Now I think I'm supposed to get Needle and name Saga because my opponent misplayed that. So I can play Ravager. I think it might buy us enough. I do think that it might. If my opponent draws no Wastelands, this feels like a board that does something. Like, we have a lot of fodder. Mana Crypt. I mean, if they draw a Walking Ballista, I guess it's pretty tough. Yeah. Okay. I don't hate this line. Like my opponent, say my opponent has all lands in their hand, right? My opponent has all lands in their hand, and they attack with both Wormcoils. I block 1 Wormcoil, sack it to Ravager. Still have 3 units in play. I have 6 mana on my next turn. I can even play like Scrap Trawler, Inspector. And then I can like loop things back with Trawler. Like if I block with an Inspector, I can loop back a Ravager. Like I actually think we could probably withstand Wormcoil for quite a few turns, and then maybe find our way to like resolving this Saga to get a key and maybe hit Time Vault along the way. Like I actually think this is totally playable game if there wasn't a Ballista, right? It is definitely on my opponent having absolutely nothing, but I think it's possible that like Wormcoils are clearly good here, but they're not the end all be all when we have other options to win besides attacking. It's kind of interesting. I mean, maybe that doesn't actually work if my opponent kept a Needle in and their Saga Needle's Manifold Key. So maybe that's not even a line. Kind of interesting though. Welcome to round 4 of this vintage challenge. I can assure you, here is the good news. I can assure you that a Aggro KCI deck will win this round. The problem is I don't know if it'll be me or my opponent. All right, we have a mirror on our hands, as is tradition in the O3 bracket. Let's paddle. Yeah. I mean, this looks reasonable. Maybe I should play more tops in KCI. I know I play some amount of tops, and they are always good. But I don't play Inspector, so maybe it's not worth it. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. That is some Black Lotus. What do we got? Yeah. Yeah, I don't care about a Lowstone Golem at all. Not the best card in the mirror here. All right, if we hit another top, we have an infinite Patchwork Automaton. We did not. Can't even spin our top. We could always draw with our top, though. Guess there's no reason not to, right? Let's play it. Trawler. All right, well. Automaton. Ravager. Ravager. If I sack this onto this is 3 counters. I can put this to 5, but I can't. I don't want to. If I could sack these 2 Ravagers and get enough counters on this that I could attack through this Lodestone, I would do it. But because I can't, I don't actually want to trade this here. My card is much better than theirs, even though theirs is restricted. So. All right, so next turn we could play Trawler. We could go Trawler, top. Tap top, eat top. Eat Ravager, get back top. Tap top, eat top. I think we got some lines next turn. Uh-oh. Am I getting vault keyed? That would be bad. Okay, that's not bad. All right, I have to win this turn, though. I have to win this turn. Because they have Time Vault plus key. Okay, so. Trawler. Top. Activate top. Eat top. Okay. Play a new Ravager. Eat Ravager. Get back top. Play top. Now, do we spin now? Because we have an Ancient Tomb to spin with. I don't know. I don't think so. I think I want to draw another one. How do I play this card? That would save me. That would save me. Okay. So I need to keep drawing and eating things. So I need to hit fast mana. It's so close. This one I only need one more mana for. So what do I sack next? I sack my patchwork? Oh, it costs 4. Okay, so Karn's out of the picture probably. But this costs 3. So I have to sack my patchwork now? I no longer have good attacks. I mean, I don't have... Oh, yeah. All right, I guess we sack the patchwork then. If we hit like a workshop would also do it. I don't even... Like, once we get the ironworks in play, I should be able to sack Foundry Inspector. Or I can just sack the Ravager. Fuck. So what can I do now? So I could still sack the Ravager, bring back top, draw one more card. Because if I sack the Inspector, top cost mana. If I sack the Trawler, then I'm out of Trawler. So I think I just sack the Ravager. I have one more draw to make a mana. Vault? No, I'm trying to get enough mana to cast Ironworks. Vault into Key still requires an additional 2 mana to use, so it doesn't actually work. Like, by not playing my land, I can draw into Workshop. And by not using my Tomb and Time Vault, I can draw into Moxen. Which, like, makes the number of draws I have significantly higher. Yes, we can play a land. That's why I'm not playing a land. Because I can draw Workshop. And Workshop lets me play Ironworks. Ironworks lets me sack Inspector, and then I think we're good. Okay, I think I'm going to sack this to itself. And this is my last draw. Yeah. We're just trying to combo. We have no recourse for attacking anymore. Fuck. I missed. Uh, yeah. I'm just talking with Yeoman about that sequence and how much better a star would have been than a top. Or maybe that wouldn't have been any different. Would it have been any different? I don't think it actually would have been any different. I don't know. We were just talking about how, like, the two sections of the deck, the patchwork part and the KCI part, don't really work as that super well, and that, like, I'm bad at doing the KCI thing. I think because you have so much cards put into the aggro slant, it makes the KCI slant just so much worse. And then because you have cards taken away from the like, you just don't have enough of each to make it work to the level you would like. I'm just gonna let them get a key and then I will concede. Okay. All right, so that was close. I think we had like some significant outs to get there, but it just didn't work out. We needed to find like one more fast mana, and all we had on our top of our deck was 4 drops. That would have very easily done it. This would have very easily went infinite. Ah, it's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. That would have definitely won it. All right, so we're in the mirror here. I think I like the idea of Dismember. And I like the idea of Needle, but it is the mirror. So I'm actually going to take out Trinisphere. I don't really see the need. I'm going to take out Lodestone. I don't see the need. I think I want at least a Needle so I can name Saga with my Saga, like I said before. And then I just got to take out one more card. I would like to take out... I definitely want the combo-oriented cards this time. Maybe I don't need this Swamp in this match. Maybe that's pretty reasonable. Yeah, we'll just take out those cards that don't really have bearing in the matchup, and we add some Dismembers. Dismembers seem important. Killing Trawler, killing Inspector. I don't think you want to bring in any kind of graveyard hate. I think that sounds really, really bad. Oh. Yeah. Good game. Yes. GG's. Yeoman, GG. Oh, wait. Yeah, I have an academy. Oh, wow. Yes. That is a hand of Magic the Gathering cards if I've ever seen one. Yeah. Yeah. Yeoman is not happy in chat. Oh man. Too. uh, Damn. Yeah. Opponent should definitely wait for turn 2 because it's possible my hand doesn't contain a non-workshop land, in which case I can't tap and untap my time vault, but obviously I had one, so. Yeah. Keep. I don't know. This Patchwork Automaton card just looks so bad. I'm off it. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, they played an opal. Did I play an opal? Yeah, I couldn't. Oh my god. Mercy. Mercy. Please. Okay. That's not bad. Hmm. Well, I really want to play turn 1 Inspector, but that doesn't seem like it's going to work out. So I think I'm just going to go Patchwork plus Emerald and then dismember this Ravager. And hope I'll draw mana next turn, I guess. I should at least slow them down, I would think. Yes, Ward, counter your modular. I've never seen that before. I don't know. This card just does not look good at all. I guess technically if I top deck a top and if I top deck 2 tops in a row, I would have lethal. I mean, they would block, but. Uh-oh. No, we're getting vault keyed again. Sad day. We don't even have any. Well, we're dead. We are now 0-4. It's okay. KCI aggro 1. Oh man. This is the best I can do. 6/6 Patchwork Automaton. Die. Yeah, I mean, Vault Key is really good. Saga Vault Key is obviously the. I mean, I was just telling Yeoman, I'm like, I think that the only good part about Saga in Vintage is Vault Key. I think I dislike every other part of it. Like, clearly the ability to have 5 keys in your deck is very good. However, like, being exposed to everything, being turned off, like, I think all the other parts of Saga are just not very good. But finding Vault Key has been very good at all points, so... GG's. It's a free 5 keys. How can it not be good? All right. So I'm 0-4. And I'm probably end up with a bye next round. Maybe not. Maybe I will. Maybe I'm not. But I think I'm just gonna end the stream here. I'm gonna finish up the tournament because I want to be able to do data. But I think I'm gonna turn off the streaming part of it. I don't recommend this deck in any capacity. If you want to play Aggro Shops, play Aggro Shops. If you want to play KCI, play KCI. But this deck just does not feel like it functions together. Like, I'm sure if you draw the right pieces in the right order, like you can go do some cool things. Maybe there's like some stuff to learn here about maybe top is better in KCI than I initially gave it credit for. But in general, like, this list just did not look like it functioned in any capacity today, which is unfortunate because it's a really cool list. I love playing Zeus decks. And I think we did run pretty cold. But I don't know if we ran like so cold that it would make the deck better if we ran hotter. Sometimes you take a brew and it doesn't work. And this was definitely one of those times. But I appreciate anyone who hung out and watched. It was kind of entertaining. It was fun. Losing to Discover N on turn 1 is always a good time for Discover N, at least. Like, comment, subscribe, please. Do that thing.